whatever, but that means on the spot boleh buat? Okay, then all
This
the
will
way
be between
all the
the team for South Africa, West Coast Shark, and they will be playing against the Cobra Lions from New Zealand. And that will commence at 8 a.m. this morning. Thank you, and we'll be back later. Short commercial announcement. And the owner of vehicle number BAK, Bangkok America Korea 54, BAK 54, will you kindly repark your car? Calling owner of vehicle number BAK, Bangkok America Korea 54, please repark your vehicle urgently. Thank you.
I've not tried that live. I haven't tried that live. So, can still waiting.
Sorry, saya akan dapat belum?
Message on the ground. Send the message to the...
5 minutes nak first game ni. Live stream tak apa.
Walau weh, kau.
Ini IKEA coffee. IKEA coffee. Brewed at home. Be a one-man show for now.
Semalam saya suka tau, tapi ada tiba tak apa suka dulu komen.
Tak. It's, I think no, because we're supposed to be in English Malay. Then Muiz suddenly dia terus switch English. And I don't think English is a strong point. Then and because the first time working with each other,
Dia tak ada chemistry.
So today I asked my brother to come after me.
The coaching session. The tall one.
So Miran. So later on you see the nonsense we come out with. Brothers.
And I like the color story.
Yeah, so if you notice one, I mix in and out, but normally when during play,
Sometimes maybe macam
Masih buat. But bila live stream coming up? Dah lagi 5 minit dah.
Bob. LO Cobra apa? LO Cobra. LO Cobra. Cobra.
Dear friends,
Slow macam mana? Tak, kita punya under 16 team is actually an under 15 team. There's a big gap. Those that were in the 15 years old, they're under 16, maybe less than 10. Maybe 7 players. Yang mana? I don't know. We're not going. Money. Cost money to go there. We're not all the parents can afford. Huh? Every team has money problem. No, it's not Cobra. Junior kids. When they travel, it's not just one player travel. Parents travel, everything travel, especially when it comes to the smaller kids. The older boys this year banyak SPM, PTA3, PT3, SPM, all kinds of things. So very tough. And then some boarding school. Morning.
Is it planned to do a minute silence at 11 o'clock?
I do not know. I've not heard that schedule.
Who would make that decision? We should do it. There's lots of guys here that would respect that.
The organizers would have. I would have to have a line to send to the organizers.
Okay.
What minute silence for?
Remembrance Day today.
ladies and gentlemen,
Remembrance Day.
from now,
Okay.
between Westwood Shark from South Africa and local lines from New Zealand. Local lines will be off.
Okay.
And you know, feeling the right side of the continental rocks in grey and black shorts. The referee for the first game is Nick from Israel, and he will be assisted by Tom and Stefan. Thank you.
10:55 is this cup quarters. We
Can
can
we
do
do
it
it
right
before?
after.
Can we do it
You want to do it before?
Just before
Okay.
10, before that
10:55.
kicks off?
Yeah. Okay then. Because there's going to be a few minutes time delay, so we just about right. I'll try and fix it just after the third quarterfinal game. Yeah. I'll try. See what the organizers can do.
Thank you.
Yeah. Got it.
Wait, sir, for?
Hmm?
For what?
Remembrance Day. Morning, ladies and gentlemen. Very good morning.
Morning, guys. Morning, everyone. Welcome to the second day of the Cobra Dance. Welcome to the second day of Cobra Dance. And we are into the knockout round right now. And right now is the first match, the first quarterfinals of the bowl category. And it's a match between the West Coast Sharks, who finished third in the Pool A against Global Lions, who suffered defeat in all three Pool B match yesterday. So we are going to have at least 16 match, if I'm not mistaken, Dylan.
Yep, we've got quite a lot of good big hit matches here today at the 48th edition of the Cobra Dance International. As we get into more details on that, I just want to we're going right now into game one of the quarterfinal of the bowl quarterfinals, which means the last two teams from each group, if they finish third and fourth in their group, they are in this quarterfinal matchup. And West Coast, and right now it's West Coast Sharks versus Global Lions. As with every team, they're in the quarterfinal matchups, it is a knockout format. So they will be raising their game, stepping up, and most likely won't be happy with their performances from yesterday, and they'll be looking to make amends. And by now, I think the coaches and the players, they would have a better feel of the demands of the game, and I'm sure they'll find ways and means to step up and give us a good game today. And yeah.
If I can go through the match list for today. So we are starting with the West Coast Shark against Global Lion at 8. And then after this, it will be NS Silverback against Cobra for the second quarterfinals of the bowl.
Cobra, the host team, is looking to make amends. Of course, they were looking to. They have big hopes being the host team, but they were unfortunate to lose to the Tigers yesterday. Where Tigers really stepped up their game.
Yep, Dylan, and I actually expect them to be in the cup final, quarterfinal. They had a very good start actually, if I'm not mistaken, for the first games, and then they got draw, and unfortunately they lost their last game, which put them into the quarterfinal of the bowl. And coming up after the NS Silverback and Cobra, it's gonna be Duka All Boys against the KL Saracens at 8:50. And the last quarterfinal bowl for today is UPM Angels against Fiji Lions at 9:15.
I think more updates on the cup quarterfinal matchups today. You can find the latest updates on the latest updates are quite likely on the online on either our Facebook site. You can look at Cobra Tens. Search Cobra Tens on Facebook or CobraRugby.com on online setup on our website for more details. But we'll update you as we go along. We're expecting a big day of rugby. Some of the teams are back here. Some of the teams are trying to improve upon last year. Some teams like the Veta are defending champions, will want to maintain their winning record. So we have quite a lot of rugby to look out for, and at this moment right now, the intensity in the morning can be shown between the Global Lions and the West Coast Sharks. The referee, having blown the whistle, having to confer with the touch judge, such as the pace that he needs to. Despite seeing what he sees, he has to make sure that he's getting the calls right. And at the commentary box today, I'm Dylan, and my partner Mois, of the famous rugbyonline.com. a local rugby portal for all the local rugby happenings or in Malaysia. So, first try of the morning goes to Global Lions. Moise, just run us through. What do you think of Global Lions day yesterday? How did they finish? What was the? How did they play yesterday?
Basically, I thought they did very well, but for in Group B, they are quite unlucky because Project Water Boys, as I can see, they win the Pool B, and Global Lion basically they unable to step up and match the other three teams inside the Pool B. Um, they did not suffer any heavy defeat, and they managed to score at least 2 tries, especially against the likes of Fiji Lion. Sorry. Sorry, I need to go through this one first.
You got caught up with the excitement, Moise.
Yep.
Stay on course, Moise.
I need my coffee first, I think. Ayup. But basically, they even managed to score 2 tries, and they show some speed as well. So yesterday, and I think they narrowly lost to Fiji Lions for 12 to 14. So they're actually quite a very good team as well. Yeah. Okay. Thank you, bro.
I think it just shows in the group stages how important to keep your form up in the group stages. That even a win is still a win, even though by a few points, and that result could push you either in the cup quarterfinals or in the bowl quarterfinals. And as with this bowl quarterfinals underway, the Global Lions are putting a lot of pressure. But the West Coast Sharks wanted to turn that pressure. Rowan Kleinsmith on the break. He's on the wing. He's been taken down.
Well, if I can remember, he's the one who scored the 2 tries for the West Coast yesterday.
Yeah, he's a threat. He's fast. He's speedy. And he's got... He's fast, he's speedy, and he is quite the threat for any teams.
2, 1.
So the West Coast Sharks has managed to bring the ball back down to the Global Lions 22 by his Global Lions ball. It's been a pretty good setup, a pretty good game so far. Both teams trying to make good use of ball in hand. At the moment, Global Lions with the advantage of 5 points over the West Coast Sharks. West Coast Sharks sweeper coming in. He's picked up the ball. From what I've seen yesterday, number 10 jersey, Tumila Adams. Yeah, he's been a key part of what would you call the playmaking element of the game. And he is with the ball again, with the inside pass. What we've seen so far with the South African teams, which the West Coast Sharks hail from, they have been quite their game revolves, even in the 10 setup, revolves heavily on speed and counter-attacks, meaning as soon as they get the ball, they're looking to have a quick attack. They don't wait to set up. They just ball and get the ball moving out as quick as possible and try to hit at speed. Global Lions, on the other hand, utilizing a fair bit of their physicality.
Ladies and gentlemen, with this
and which simply just shows the variety of rugby you can get here at the Cobra Tens International. And this kind of variety is only what you can normally find, and it's normally you can find it in a tens format setup, where you can have a variety of teams with a variety of strength and skills on display here today. So Moise, what about the West Coast Sharks? How did they do? Yesterday, coming into this bowl quarterfinals?
So West Coast Sharks, they finished third in the Pool A. So quite unlucky for them. So they are in the same group as the awesome Daveta. So what do you call it?
Daveta with the flavor. You got to bring me there, Moise. Somebody's going to shoot me later saying that too many times.
And then so they got outscored out muscles by the Daveta, and then they got one win over our local club, UPM Angels, and they finished it with 4 points out of 3 games. So I think they did well, and if I may suggest if they are not in the Pool A, they might be able to progress up to the quarterfinal of the cup.
It's
So the quality in the Pool A is quite high.
So just because they're in the bowl quarterfinals doesn't mean it's not something you don't have to watch.
Yeah, they are quite a good team as well.
It's just a team that was just unlucky to end up in the bowl quarterfinals. I think, okay, if you're just tuning in, it's 8:16 a.m. here at the AirAsia MBPJ Stadium. We are here day 2 for the Cobra Tens International year 2018. We are in our 48th edition. 48 years of bringing rugby to you. Cobra Rugby Club, passion for rugby. I'm here with Moise. I'm here, Dylan, together with Moise as a commentary here. We're bringing commentary to you here live on live stream. And the day has started nice. The sun is up, the clouds. It's not too hot, it's nice and cool. It's a nice way to spend a Sunday morning. Bring your don't pack. Bring your breakfast here, bring your coffee here. Come spend the day, come set the time off to spend the day here. There is food, there is merchandise for you to take a look and get up close to the action. And of course, this tournament today would not be possible without the sponsors that has been supporting rugby, supporting Cobra all these years. So we'd like to thank the sponsors: IJM, WCT, Afin Huang, Mitrajaya, Advanced Magnetic Control Systems, AP Media, Sky Blue Media, and of course our hydration specialist, Gatorade. I just can't help myself there to say that. As sponsors for the tournament. If I happen to miss any, don't worry, we'll be mentioning you. That's a whole day of rugby and whole day of commentary. And we are now underway in the second half. It's still a tight game. West Coast Sharks 0, Global Lions 5. And Global Lions get through to another try. So that is another try for the Global Lions. Shrugging off and down the sidelines, finding the way through to score a try. The kick is good. So the score is 12-0. Global Lions in the lead. Global Lions to kick. In the tense format, if you happen to score a try, you when on the reset to play, you kick. In the 15s format, whenever you score a try, the other team still kicks for it and you still get the ball back. Looking for options here. There's a big crunching hit where the 22 of the West Coast Sharks. West Coast Sharks tried to steal, could not do it. So the referee is calling back for the initial knock forward by the West Coast Sharks player. He initially had good position at the ruck, but could not hang on to it, and the ball slipped out, and it slipped forward. So it's a knock forward, and it's scrum down for West Global Lions.
And then talking about the referee, so the referee for this first match is Mr. Nick Ramadan. He's a teacher as well, so he's co-curricular teacher. So he's more into sports, and that's why he's jumbled up the rugby during the weekends and going back to the schools during weekdays. So he's really passionate into these games. And personally, I think he's one of the best referee in Malaysia right now, the one we have right now.
Okay, Nick. Okay, it's just but he's not the only referee. This is not the only match official that simply has a passion for rugby.
Yep, I think all of them is passionate in rugby, and I think he's one of the best right now for our local scenes, and even he went for the Asia international level as well. So job well done, Ramadan.
How many games do you think he has refed this year alone?
This year alone, for the games, I'm not so sure. But if you ask me about the tournament, I think it's more than 10 already, or even 20.
That's a fair bit. Oh, and Global Lions with the break. Speed being the essence here, and they could not catch him, and he brings the ball down the middle of the try zone. And I believe that is Tumile Adams, and that's his teammate Ruan Kleinsmith picking up the ball for the kick. It's a good. So Tumile Adams showing showing his strength there, showing how key he is to his team. But there was a great initial break by the West Coast Sharks down the sidelines before the offload to Tumile Adams for the score. Okay, knock on by Global Lions. There was the initial knock on. Referee was on the other side, didn't spot it, but the touch judge spotted it and gave the signal. And now we have it. So now we have a scrum for West Coast Sharks.
It's all to play for with less than 5 minutes to go, so everything is still possible, right? one more try, and this game could go to the West Coast Sharks.
Okay, just the Global Lions. They were here last year. They like to bring young players with talent and potential, and they were established in 2014 in Central Auckland. They represent, and of course, from being Central Auckland, they're representing the city of Sales and the Phuket Tapapa community. And and uh, and g- and in this particular case, and West Coast Sharks has managed to hit back. Moise, you just said it, and West Coast Sharks just hit back with a try, and it looks in a good position to score the conversion. Uh, but Yep, to score the conversion. So Rowan Klansman, who's been solid with the kick so far, he's gonna look to kick it for two to bring a slim 2-point advantage over the Global Lions.
In less than 2 minutes, they turned the things around, and they were down 12-0 before the halftime, and right now they are leading the games with I think two more minutes to go. So Global Lions, do they still have a chance? Can they regroup? Can they rethink? Can they?
With 2 minutes,
Yeah, everything is possible, right?
anything is possible right now. But what we didn't see yesterday is that any team that's down by 2 tries coming back
Yep.
for the whole day. If you have the lead for 2 tries, they do a good job of keeping that try, and it's very hard to come back. But just going back on the story of the Global Lions, I just got interrupted earlier on. It's one Global Lions, as much as good rugby they look to play, they're looking to develop players into. They're looking just to develop develop young men, young men of potential to develop in a positive, to develop positive values, and to look forward and move forward positively in life. They call their team a brotherhood, which shows that the bond that they aspire to have within their setup. They've come, and when you're building a brotherhood, they're building a bond. More so when you come from with the white culture there is in New Zealand. Especially in the different clubs, they're coming together here today to play in the Cobra 10s tournament, and I think it's a great experience for these young boys. I'm sure there'll be a lot of takeaways for them after this, when the day is done and over, when they go back. A lot of stories to tell. But at this moment right now, the only story they need is to beat the West Coast Sharks. But the competition is tight. As the West Coast Sharks also look to advance, and the whistle is blown. Time is up. West Coast Sharks has managed to take this game by 2 points. The score: 14 West Coast Sharks, 12 Global Lions. As far as this tournament goes, Global Lions, this is it for youth. Thank you for making the trip. It was a pleasure to have you on the field. Played with quality, played with class. And we look forward to seeing you again in the next tournament. But in this case, West Coast Sharks will advance. And if they advance, they're going to advance ways. Who likely are they going to face? Who are they likely going to face? Or who are the possibilities for the next
West Coast Sharks will
one?
possibly